Good evening campers, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode we're going to round up this series, my second micro camper build, and we're going to show you how we took this unloved and neglected Citroen Berlingo and added a bit of creative design and good use of space to turn it into the perfect micro camper for little weekend adventures. So I didn't film too much more of the final stage of this build, as I've really been feeling under the weather for the last few weeks with the flu, so I've just not been able to slow the process of the build down anymore by filming it. That takes up a considerable amount of time. I had hoped to get this camper sold before Christmas, but unfortunately that's just not going to be the case now. But I will show you in some detail some of the amazing little touches that I've put in that I think are really going to make this camper stand out from the crowd. I'll also show you the great lengths I went to make sure that it was possible to insulate this vehicle even with all those windows and sunroofs, so that it could be used not just in the summer months but also for some great little winter adventures. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the video. So this vehicle is what in my opinion is the best engine variant of these vehicles. It's the 1.6 HDI. It's a lovely little reliable engine. It's pokey enough around town, but very efficient on fuel. It's also 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐿 compliant, which is a great thing. We live in the city here and we can drive this into the city, which is fantastic. Obviously these vehicles are so versatile for all kinds of uses, and I really wanted to retain that throughout the build. I ended up going with exactly the same layout I did last time round, so it's a single bed inside, no seat belts in the rear, so you can only carry one driver, one passenger in this vehicle. But I think it's a brilliant vehicle. The main reason that this vehicle was cheap when we bought it was, which we didn't know when we bought it, was that it had a leak on the roof, and it turns out that that is something that's quite common with these. In fact, there was a recall on these vehicles for that reason, and basically it's because of the way this composite piece is bonded into the steel frame. The seal can break down and then it rusts on the edges and causes this leak. That's now been fixed. That was fixed actually within the first few days of picking it up, and quickly realised that, found a solution. Again, the first video in this series shows me fixing that and it's been spot on ever since, so that was a success. So let's show you the baby. So you can see there how easily it converts, super quick. This section here, we've got storage underneath it, which has got a pull-out drawer in it. This is a little thermal screen that I've carpeted on the inside. It's got Velcro on it that sticks up into the back window there. There's also storage in here. Obviously we've got all the curtains. I've made a screen here, insulated screen, which is dodo mat and polystyrene, and then carpeted on the inside. that blocks out that window. I've also made removable screens using dodo mat, double thickness layers of dodo mat for all of these windows. They just pop in and out with a little bit of fiddling. So you can have all the windows fully insulated. In the back here, this little cabinet houses all your utilities. So that's got 25-litre water tank in it, as well as leisure battery, split charge system, a little fuse board for the 12-volt panel. I can show you that a bit better now. If we look in here, there's a little bit of storage that remains in there. Don't know if you can see in the dark there, but here's a split charge. This shelf removes. There's one screw at the front, then that moves out the way, and that's got your leisure battery in case you want to connect anything else into that. Here we have got no, you can't see that. Here we've got a little fuse board, your split charge relay, and all the cabling all nice and neat and correctly fused and everything. Also managed to retain, which I was really pleased with, the use of this little storage compartment at the back here. You could probably put bedding in there. I think it would probably be better putting your cooking stove down in this one, and then yeah, you could fit your bedding in there. What else? Around this side, this cabinet here has two doors either side, so it can be accessed from both sides. There's a little storage net on the front here, handy for maps and books. Oh right, so the sunroofs, which were a major issue with this build, and how I was going to insulate them to make it worth the while choosing this model was always an issue. So in the end, with the three in the rear, I've ended up making a roller blind that you can close like that, and then with the excess material, because I trimmed down the roller blind, we've got this insulated pad with velcro strips on it that attaches to there to create a thermal barrier for those three lovely sunroofs. As you can see, I built the frames that I was talking about and bonded them in. This has all been clad with the dodo mat before then carpeting with 4-way stretch carpet, so that offers a good level of thermal insulation. Up in the roof there, or the ceiling, and for the front sunroofs, if we push the seats back and wind them out of the way, so again, the same thing with the front sunroofs, although these were much more trickier because the roof curves both to the front and to the sides. So that made that tricky to make that. But then, oh, let's get some light. We've got this little mood light in here, which There we go. Bit of light so we can see what we're doing up there now. And then I've made these, again, the same thing as with some of the other insulating panels. Dodo mat with 1 inch of polystyrene, then the piece that was cut out from the sunroof, and some Velcro, and that pushes in there and blocks those sunroofs off, so that should stop heat escaping out of there at night. Obviously here's this mood lighting that I just showed you. You can change the colours of that, which is a nice little touch. And obviously the same thing for the other sunroof. You must make sure that they're taken down and stashed away somewhere when you're driving. I find this void up here in the middle is quite a good spot to keep them, although it does seem to take a little bit of fiddling to get them in just the right place. I think it's because the Velcro makes them stick. Let's try it this way up, that might be better. There we go, yeah. So they both fit nicely up there, because obviously I've taken the fan out from that unit there, as that's completely redundant, as you can't carry rear passengers anymore. Now the other mode that you're able to put this fan in when you're not sleeping, if we take this piece out here, let's set this down a second. This attaches with this piece of hinge here, stop it falling out the back door and the boot. And then the little folding board just slots down there, and I've clad the other side of it with the rubber as well, so it blends in. And that is the seating in the rear position. Okay, so there we go. I think all in all it took me about 3.5 weeks to convert. Other than that, oh yeah, in for cam belt, full MOT and aircon regas, and then it's ready to be sold. I am looking for offers around 5,500 for this little baby. Everything's brand new, never been used, and fully ready for you to load up and go on your little adventures. One thing I'm going to do over the Christmas period, as I've said before, is go out and test it, as this vehicle's not got any heating fitted or camping wise. There's no diesel heater, and I'm very interested to see how all the effort that I've put into insulating this vehicle, how well that works when you're sleeping inside it. So one thing I will do a full field test of is taking a vehicle out between Christmas and New Year with my digital infrared thermometer, putting all the screens up, setting her up all cozy, sleeping in her for the night and seeing what the temperature gets to, seeing how well it keeps warm inside even if it's freezing cold outside. And I am confident that it's going to be quite surprising. So you can look forward to that one, and I hope that it proves to be worth all the effort. But yep, all in all, very happy with this one. Before I start one of the next three that we've got another Citroen Berlingo, a 2011. That one's got only 55,000 miles on the clock, super low. We've been running that one around for the last 3 months now, no, 2 months, and it drives absolutely spotlessly. It's lovely. Again, all that needs is a cam belt and converting, and I'm going to put a double bed in that one. It's an 𝐬𝐸 car, so I'm going to fit that one out with a double bed. Again, no seat belts in the back, so it will only be ideal for a driver and a passenger, but it will house two. Then we've got a Peugeot partner van with 3 seats in the front, and I'm undecided on whether to put a rock and roll bed in that one. Actually, no, I'm not going to put a rock and roll bed in that one because it's got 3 seats in front. So we'll probably do that one as a double bed again. And then the latest that we've just purchased is a Fiat Doblo, which I haven't even thought about what I'm going to do with that one yet. And they are a little bit bigger than these, so a few more options. But before I start any of them, top priority is to get Delilah the 𝐬𝐸𝐾𝐭 fixed up. The remaining parts for her arrive tomorrow, so I'm going to spend my Christmas fixing her up and getting her back on the road after she had a front end smash on the way to Europe this summer. So stay tuned, folks.